these 40 years in the wilderness to humble you and to prove you, to know what was in your heart, whether you would keep his commandment or no. And he humbled thee and suffered thee to hunger, my God. He humbled thee and he himself allowed you, he suffered you. He made arrangement for your hunger, suffered you to hunger, and fed you with manna, which thou knewest not, neither did thy fathers know. That he might make thee know that man does not live by bread only, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord doth man live. Hallelujah. All right, this morning we are looking at understanding temptations and trials, overcoming temptations and trials, fighting temptations and trials. There are a couple of things that we as God's children must know about how God relates with us in order to make a success in life. As God's children, we need to understand how God, our Father, deals with us, how he relates with us in order to make a success of life. One of God's dealings with us is that of trials. That's one way that God relates with us. He relates with us via the tool or the vehicle of trials. Note, I didn't say temptation and trials. I said trials. Why? God doesn't tempt any man. He doesn't tempt any man. Let no man say when he's tempted, I'm tempted of God. So the need to understand how and with what God uses in relating and dealing with us, they are crucial or key, lest we fail and even be destroyed by what was intended to bless us. If we don't understand what God uses to deal with us, it could become our very destruction. Did you see what God was saying to them here? He said, thou shalt remember or take note all the way which the Lord your God led you these 40 years. So everything that happened to them in the wilderness of that 40 years were all designed by God. Can we agree with that? Can we agree with that? Who led them for the 40 years? Look at it again. Thou shalt remember all the way. How many way? How many way? Which the Lord thy God led thee. How many years? 40 years. How many ways? All the ways. In how many years? 40 years. So when they got to the place where there was no water, who led them there? Who led them there? When there was no food, who led them there? When Pharaoh and the Red Sea, who led them there? All the way. Including the one that didn't look like God. God said, I'm the one that these 40 years, I was orchestrating your every step. I was orchestrating your every move. I was in every movement. When landlord threw you out, I was the one leading you. And Pharaoh said to Moses, now I know your God is a great God. Come and go. Get ready tomorrow morning first thing. Carry your people and leave Egypt. Moses said, thank you. And as Moses left the palace and was going, as soon as he got to the gate of Umbidi, the Lord spoke with him and said, Moses, you are not going anywhere tomorrow. I will yet harden Pharaoh's heart. Pharaoh is ready for you to go, I have not finished my plagues here. The plague must complete 10. This is the 5th one. He said, come and go. You go nowhere. I will talk to Pharaoh this night, and Pharaoh will wake up tomorrow morning and say, I won't give you that contract again. So the contract they refused to give you, I, the Lord, was walking through it. All these Yoruba people, all these Hausa people, God will punish them. Be coming down. I, the Lord, am leading you. Why? To know what was in your heart. To know whether thou would keep my commandments or you would not. So, all those times you were praying in the church that the prayer was not answered, I, the Lord, was the one making sure the prayer will not be answered, so that I will know whether you came to church or you came to born picking. I, the Lord, will know whether when you join workers, you really wanted to serve me, or you join choir so that they can hear your voice and see your clothes. So when Kevin started gossiping you, I, the Lord, was in the gossip leading him to know what is in your heart. Whether gossip will let you abandon choir and walk away from church. Is anybody seeing any picture this morning? Is somebody learning something this morning? When they gave you sack letter after you paid your tithe, I, the Lord, was leading you to know what, not because I don't know, to let you see who you are, to let you see that the reason you are serving me is a lie. It's just that you came to church to sing. That's why when they did not make you leader and they did not give you microphone, you got angry. Church, when you recognize my talent, I will not stay there. Don't go to where you are tolerated. Go to where you are celebrated. Any church that will not recognize you. Can you imagine me the church I used to be? I was the #1 singer. I was the lead singer. To know what is in your heart. Are you here to serve God, or you are here to carry microphone to sing? And he humbled you and fed you with manna which you did not even know, neither did your fathers know, that he might make you to know, in the midst of the fact that they did not give you microphone, he still walked with you. He delivered you from Okada when the Okada fell. He didn't let the Okada break your leg, to prove to you that I'm still with you. Even if I didn't give you microphone, I have not left you. So that you may know that man does not live alone by breakthrough, but by the word of the Lord. There are things as God's children that we must know about how God relates with us in order to succeed in life. And one of them is about, the dealings with us is that of trials. We need to understand how and with what God uses this to deal with us. All right. And again, trials are not designed to destroy us. They are designed for a purpose. They are designed to lift us. Trials are not to destroy you. They are designed. Hunger is not designed to destroy you. Hunger is designed to make you strong in life. Hunger is designed to make you superior to your neighbors. Hunger is designed, if you had learned how to be hungry and how to manage life without food, by now, Tinubu will not be your problem. See, you now, you want to die because you can't live without eating in the morning. Those days when God did not allow you to see food in the morning, well, because he knew that days are coming that you will leave your husband, because husband cannot, he now became broke. He couldn't get the kind of money he used to get anymore. He can't provide like before anymore. Now you have left him. Why? When you were in your father's house, that hunger that God allowed, that inability of your father to feed you 3 times was to prepare you for the man that will start feeding you 5 times in a day, 7 times in a day. As soon as you got married, 3 years after he lost his job, he can no more feed you 3 times in a day. Now, I can't take shit from shit. If you had learned how to be hungry, you would have mastered how to live with your husband's inability and inadequacy today. Can I hear somebody say, Lord, train me? You are saying it now. When you close church now, you will jam the trial and the training. No. Before church closes, somebody will do something. You will see something in your phone. Who is this idiot that is telling me this nonsense? When nonsense come after now, you know what you will do? In all things, do what? In how many things, do what? You give thanks in all things. Why? Somebody insults me. Should I give thanks? When somebody insults me, should I give thanks? What about when church closed, you lost your phone? What about if it's inside church that they stole the phone? You were talking with pastor on the altar, kept phone on the altar, and they stole phone on the altar. Which give thanks? Now church with that one. That church where they steal phone for altar, my brother, I know they go that kind of church. I go vigil for prayer before I come back. I'm robber, enter my house, pack. Let me say that church, that prayer, and I pray church with that kind of church. Oh. Because if the church get fire, as they won't touch that door, Holy Ghost fire for burn them, you'll be long throat. Sometimes the television is taking God's attention in your life, so he send them robber to steal the television so that he can restore your vision. When my wife lost her phone when we were coming to the church about 2-3 months ago, I know as he do me where I did buy that phone for her. Until we got to church, we didn't find the phone. I said, later. We were calling the phone, it was ringing, small time, the phone was switched off. And then we got to church, till the church closed, all them through the message and all. There was not one wrinkle on my wife's face. There was no regret. She herself knows that if I see her face and I see the phone on her face, she will become the phone. So she maintained, because every time you look at me, the only thing you see is Jesus, not a lost phone. And when we finished service, my daughter was asking us, you people are doing as if nothing was lost today. Ah, mommy, you and your husband never found a phone when lost phone. We don't even talk about our inside church. No, if we mention it, somebody may be moved to want to buy us phone. Don't buy. That season we needed to live without phone. And so we didn't even tell you. You didn't even know. It was the following Sunday when God had given another phone that we are now announcing it to you. Some people, before as the thing happened, they don't take their cousin phone, they send status. My phone is lost. Urgent 2K. In case God is sending you to me. You, many times, you destroy your trial before you finish with the trial. Thou shalt remember the Lord your God. He is the one who is leading you. Let him lead you. So what are the things I need to know about temptation and trial? It doesn't come to destroy you. Chapter 1, James and verse 2. James chapter 1, verse 2 to 4. My brethren, count it all joy when you fall into different kind of trials. They use temptation there, but the word there is trials. Knowing this, why should I count it joy when I lose my phone? Why should I count it joy when they refuse to pay me salary and I need to pay my NEPA bill? NEPA is coming to cut my light, and now they have cut my light because the wicked guy I'm working for, he refused to pay me. Month has ended. He said because month ended on Saturday, he will not pay me until next Monday. Now NEPA don't cut my light. And you say, I cannot rejoice. God will punish him. I will swear for him. No, count it all. When you fall into diverse trials, knowing this, that the trying of your faith does what? Worketh patience. James chapter 1 verse 3 verse 2 to 4. The trying of your faith produces patience. Waiting and won't take patience do. Who patience help? Now who patience help? Oh, knowing this, that the trying of your faith produces patience, let patience have its way. You allow patience to finish its perfect work, so that you may become perfect, and entirely every area of your life you will lack nothing. You didn't get that? Let patience, because the problem is that you will never allow patience. After you have tried to be patient for 4 months, for 1 year, for 4 years, and you have not become pregnant, God, you don't try. God, we don't try for you. You be like, say, you know, if you do this thing, let us go to Baba. So at that point in time, every time you hijack your destiny, you hijack God's move from the hand of God, and you take over to begin to try to do something by yourself, you just stop patience from work. Let patience have its perfect, complete, total work, so that you entirely, you will be lacking nothing. You become matured. Trials will perfect you. Are you following me, somebody? Let patience. Tell your neighbor, you let patience. Tell your neighbor, leave patience alone. Now human being nabi. Everybody get limits. You tell me patient, the patient they reach. If I saw great patience, you don't turn to mumu. This long suffering and mumu. At this point in time, I need to take matters into my hand. The day you take it into your hand, God left it in your hand. I need to do something about my life. You do about your life? What can you possibly do about this, your life? When you dey sleep, what will you do about that life? When you went to sleep, mommy water can't slap you. What could you do about that, your life? I need to take matters into my hand. No. Always leave it in the hands of God. Hallelujah. Where's an old minute? Not seen him. All right, let's look at some things you need to know about temptation. Number one, they come to prove what is inside you. We saw that in Deuteronomy chapter 8, rather, and verse 1, verse 2, Deuteronomy 8, verse 2. These 40 years in the wilderness to humble you and to prove thee, to know what is in your heart. So temptations come to prove what is inside you. The reason you left church was not because they gossip you. It's not because pastor used you to preach. It's because spirit of living church lives on the inside of you. You didn't get that one. The reason you got angry and stopped going to church was not because they didn't come to visit you when you were sick. It was not because another person was sick. Guess what? Who is even more closer to the pastor, and nobody visited, going to visit. I'm not saying that to say it's right for pastors, a church, not to visit somebody when they are sick. No. I am saying the reason you left the church was not because they did not visit you, because you were still sick. Your company did not visit you. None of the staff came to your house. Why did you not leave the bank? Why is it church we always leave and not bank? No. Spirit of living church is inside. God is showing you there is a spirit. The reason you slap your wife when she provoke you was not because your wife provoked you. No, it's because a spirit is inside you, the spirit of slapingitis. You have a slapingitis disease in your hand. It has been there, just waiting for the day to manifest. So it took a provocation to provide or to produce or push out what is in the animal in you, my daughter. Has my wife not provoked me 1,000,000 times? How come I never slap her? If you know what my husband do. One lady told me, said, Pastor, enough is enough. My husband don't they go up and down, they sleep with all my friends. From today, me myself, I go to sleep with him friend them. A sleeping demon has been sleeping since he took the sleeping of the husband to wake the sleeping demon in her. I've made up my mind. I don't want problem in the church. I just want to come and serve God and go. That's why in short, Daddy, please, I beg you, just allow me to be coming and going it won't be long. You will die and you will meet God and God will send you to hellfire because you are behaving like the man that they gave talent to, who buried the talent because he had a reason. He told the master, I know that you are a hard man, that's why the talent you gave me, I now bury the talent. The master said, collect the talent and send him to hellfire. What are you doing with the talent he gave you? Because you don't want them. As you see me, the thing I hate the most in my life, what I hate the most in my life, insult. I can take anything, but I cannot take insult. No, it's not insult that provoke you. There is a salt that is in that produces the insult on your inside. Insult that they insulted Jesus, beat him, break dead. He said to them, this work I will finish it. If you are the Son of God, come down, we will believe you. He said, Odeshi, I die here. When I rise, you will know whether you believe me. I will wait for patience to finish his work. When patience is done and I rise from the dead, we will now know whether I'm the Savior or not. Somebody provoke you now, you jump down from the cross. You have finished work, just die. Make 3 days to go, just 3 days. And the thing will be completed. You have been going up and now, preaching, doing all. 3 days to go, you got angry, you came down from the cross. And because the ministry is not moving in Lagos, you relocated to Port Harcourt. Who sent you there? Who sent you to Port Harcourt? He said, no, because I checked the map and by my calculation, I discovered that people in Port Harcourt, they bought things. And in Port Harcourt, ministry it moves. In Lagos, they don't get your church to work. You don't calculate where to go. I am the one. I led you. Let him lead you. Temptation or trials, they come to prove what is inside you. Can I ask you a question? Can you squeeze orange and squeeze it and squeeze it and squeeze it until blood will come out? Why can blood not come out of orange? There's no blood inside. You can't squeeze it out. Every time they squeeze you to the wall and blood comes out, it's because there's blood in you. What is inside you, when life squeezes you, will come out of you. When it is anger on your inside, when life squeezes you, to come out. If it is rebellion, when life squeezes you, what is inside will come out. So every time something comes out of you, don't look at people and get angry and say it is so. No, look at yourself and say, I don't catch you, so you dey inside your sins. I don't know, say you dey here. Oh, thank God for Sister Stella. When gossip me, you are the one that showed me that failure is in me, that barrenness is in me, that weakness is in me. Now you take charge. Number 2, it comes to humble you. He said, I led you to humble you. Listen to me. If you don't understand how God deals with us and humbles us in life, you will despise your training and trials of destiny. Paul said, lest I should be magnified above measure by the abundance of the revelations given to me, there was also given to me a messenger of Satan to buffet me. For this thing I begged God 3 times, oh God, take it away. And the Lord said, I will not. Why? My grace is sufficient for you. For in your weakness is my strength declared and made perfect. Paul now said, when God told me that, my eye now opened, I now understood. He said, therefore now will I most gladly rejoice in my affliction, in my pain, and in my necessity. Because every time need come, it shows me I'm still a human being. It shows me I have not arrived, and it helps me to lift my eyes up to God. If you have everything you want in life, you won't need God in life. If God allows you to have everything you want, I'm telling you, your prayer life will die. You won't need God. You won't see God in your life anymore. Why do you need God when you have everything in your life? So every time God allows a need, allows a trial, it is so that he can keep you humble. Every time he allows somebody to insult you, it's so that you can still know that you are a human being. Somebody in my own church is insulting me. In my own church. Don't you see already you are lost, your church? Can you see that God allowed that person to insult you to let you know that the church has turned to your own? Church that the owner said, I will build my church. You say, my church. How can my own member insult me? And you want me to? No. Number 1, I'm stepping you down. Number 2, I'm excommunicating you. Be coming down. David said, let him curse me. If my own son had done worse, how much more this she may? Let him curse me. Maybe God will look at on the curse and show me mercy. God allows insults in your life so that through the insult, you can remember you are a human being. Oh, come on, somebody say here. Say, Lord, I'm humble. Help me to be humble. If that is, you see, those things come because can't you see you now? You're already angry. I'm leaving the church. Enough is enough. You are not a humble. I mean, when you insult somebody who is humble, will they get angry? Humble is humble. And if you are humble, you won't fumble. If you are humble, you won't. Number 3, it comes to teach you. Temptation, trials come to teach you. God said, I allowed it so that I can lead you. That the word lead there is direct you. God allows it to, he allows trials to teach you. What am I saying? Somebody promised you marriage. Now he has broken your heart. The reason God allowed him is because he wants to teach you how to get a right man. That man was a wrong man. If he had married you, your life and journey and destiny would have become wrong. So he allowed him to insult you so he can walk out of your life. So through that experience, you have learned how to now hear God before you marry another man. Oh, you didn't get that. If you heard God that first one, he won't end the way it ended. He allows it. They took your money and ran away. Somebody that you are, both of you, your own cousin, you arranged everything. You know why he ran with the money? Both of you did the business together. You are a fool. You are doing business with your cousin. No agreement. Now you are learning. You are learning now. Somebody came to church and they carried the church keyboard and ran away with it. Pastor is already tearing swear. Unless this church is not the church of the living God. Unless this offering is not the sweat of the members. The people, and I know that there are the instrumentalists in this church, they have an inside it. That's why I stand on the altar of the Most High God and I reduce all of you that carry that. No need to swear for people. They just showed you that your security was poor. Learn from trials and that he allowed it to teach you. He allowed it to teach you rather than fighting God because of the stomach running. Now that you are going up and down to toilet, you are learning to master what you eat. Because some of you went to party because everything was free. You were eating with left hand and right hand. Serve yourself. What is wrong with Nigerians? You serve rice, you put spaghetti, you put beans, you put dodo, you put macaroni, you put yam, then you put cocoyam again on top. You now put stew, come put banga soup, come put ogbono for corner. He said, I bet the one way I see today, I'm an opportunity, make a chop. Now you don't chop. The thing where you chop now, they chop you. Learn. Don't fight God. Trials come to teach you. Number 5, you are tried. Is it 4? Number 1, they come to prove you. Number 2, it comes to humble you. Number 3, it comes to teach you. Number 4, number 4. Whatever you are going through is common to somebody else. The Bible tells us in 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 13. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 13 says, there is no temptation that has overtaken you but such as is common. Come on, somebody say it is common. Oh, talk to me. Come, say it is common. Say it again. It is common. Say it well. It is common. I am not the only one going through it. Say, I'm not the only one going through it. No temptations, 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 13, has happened to you that is not common. Whatever you are going through, please always know that somebody is going through worse. They sent a video yesterday. I forgot. I got very busy. I had programs yesterday. I wanted to send it to the house. I'll send it later. They saw this woman somewhere in the north. Lean. She became so hungry that I don't know where she saw the eba, but no soup. So she quietly went to a gutter, sat down there, and cut the eba, put inside gutter, swallow. You will look when anybody's looking at her. She was so hungry that rather than die, let me just swallow something. And some of you are here just because you failed JAMB, just because they did not accept your admission, you didn't gain admission, just because you had carryover, ordinary carryover. You are already threatening God. You are already telling God, because I know I fast well. I fast, I pray. When pastor they say make we dey fast, make we dey pray. Now like God they sees my result. Say I get carryover. If this carryover, if God let this carryover, I go carry God over. I go carry this church over. And they call this church again. You are ordinary. You even have opportunity to be going to school because you couldn't pay school fees. You are threatening God. Somebody loves God more than you. Did not have opportunity for anybody to pay school fees. No matter what you are going through, somebody is going through worse. Gather yourself. And you know the worst thing about all of this, the one who went through worse overcame. Somebody's wife, you used to provoke him, steal his money, all kind of things, insult him, do all. The marriage worked. Your own, only once. Now your wife just tell you 3 things. Only once every day until the marriage broke. And you are telling people, you don't know what she did. I saw that the mouth of my wife, she's too mounted. I cannot stay with a woman that has mouth. Her mouth, rather than let her mouth destroy me, I destroy the mouth. And I thank God I'm free from this marriage. And then we move. Oh my shoe. Somebody left a pastor who gossiped him on the altar and used him to preach. David stayed with a pastor who he helped, and the reward he got was a spear to kill David. Pursued David Monday to Tuesday to Sunday. Put all the armies of Israel against him. Declared him a fugitive. Was ready to pay any amount to kill David for helping him. For helping him kill Goliath. For driving demons out of Saul. Saul became the sworn enemy of David. But if there was no Saul, you will never have a David. It had to take a Saul to produce Psalm 27 for you. Arise for me, O God. Deliver me in the wilderness. Don't let thirst kill me. Lord, show me your face. I want to see you again. Like I saw you in the temple. There is no church in this temple. It took a David to know that a man can have church and be blessed by church. Church, they are begging you to go. David said one thing. I can give anything if I can just see the temple again. Saul has driven me. He asked Saul one day, what did I do? Who did this to you that made you to chase me out of my own inheritance? He had the opportunity to kill Saul. David said, God forbid that I should lay my hand. Oh, and what has Tinubu done that you are swearing for him? Saul did worse and David was still praying for him. The reason you touch God's anointed is not because they are wicked, it's because wickedness is inside you. The reason you insult pastors on social media is not because the pastor said something that looked like nonsense. No, it's because nonsense has become breakfast for you. Talk jargon. Say no, it's a Sorosoke generation. You give me, we give you 4 times. Don't enter my space. When you come to my space, I will space you in destiny. Temptation that you are going through, somebody has seen worse. Can I hear somebody say, I will overcome my own? Say it again, I will overcome my own. Number 5, quickly. You are only tempted because that temptation lives inside you. James chapter 1, every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust. The reason you lost was because lust lives in every man, has his own. If you bring Igbo and drop it in my bedroom and in your mind, you want my wife to see it so that she will smoke it. You put Igbo, put lighter, put other things, come put a shekbe, Chelsea sachet, like 4. You keep it on the table and you run away. You can't go put camera to catch my wife. You go tire. First, as she see the Igbo, she's looking for who dropped the Igbo there. How did the Igbo enter my bedroom? But if you drop it in the bedroom of an area boy at the bus stop, as he enters, say, Omo, 1st of September. This is angelical. God is working here. Oh. Before he say hi, he's already smoking it. Why? My wife did not take Igbo because Igbo does not live on her inside. If area boy took Igbo because Igbo lives on his inside. Every man is tempted when he's drawn away of his own lust. You left your husband not because you caught him cheating. You left him because spirit of living lives on your inside. Can I hear somebody say, Lord, I die with you. I die here. You must learn to overcome your temptations and triumphs. Every man is tempted when he's drawn away of his own. His own. His own. If your own is hunger, he will use food. If your own is amebo, he will give you news. He will give you friends that like to talk in your ear. If your own is quarreling, he will give people that will quarrel with you, that will cause quarrel. You start shouting, Pastor, tell Becca no know me. That if this guy provoke at the close church, the church where I go last, go ask them, I mean scatter the church. If he enter my head, they scatter church. Because as you see me so, I sit there, I like to talk as a day. I love they pretend and they give out. That's why God gave me mouth. And this mouth I must talk. This mouth will God give me. Your mouth will send you to hellfire. He didn't give you mouth to talk everything. He gave you mouth to communicate, not to just talk. Some people only listen to answer. They don't listen to hear. They listen to answer you. Check what is on your inside. Finally, temptation can happen to a person, a church, a community, a nation, the world. When it happens to a nation, if you are not connected to the nation, you will disconnect from the nation. Don't disconnect yourself from the trials of your nation. Nigeria is going through birth pains. Stop swearing for the country. As you see me so, I mean, look me well. I don't come over Nigeria since. I know be Nigeria. If I feel sell this land and my house, Canada, and they go call it, you will end up as a Kanda. I don't go Dubai, you go do, you not go buy. And they move to UK. It doesn't mean that your life will be okay. I am begging in God's name, learn to understand that sometimes your parents will go through it, your nation will go through it, and when they go through it, go through with them. Don't disconnect. Stand with them. Perhaps you may be the one that God wants to use. Praise God. I will continue this next week. I want to teach you how to respond to temptations, how to respond. Because some of us, we blame people. And you don't know that Rachel catch Jacob. He said, give me children or I die. She didn't know that Jacob is not a problem. You many times you blame the wrong people. You don't know. You don't understand that temptation didn't come because of that person. No, God allowed it through that person just to achieve certain things in your life. Would you rise on your feet as you wave your hand in gratitude to God and give thanks to Him? Give thanks to Him for the things you are hearing, for the things that you are learning. Many eyes and ears